guys, there is a ridiculous amount of things from Avengers Doomsday that's starting to leak online. It's actual insanity. The Steve Rogers trailer, which was the first of 4 teasers that we're going to be playing in theaters with Avatar Fire and Ash, leaked online. Now it's officially playing in theaters. So if you go to see Avatar, good chance you're going to see that Steve Rogers-centric trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Just now, as of when I'm recording this, the Thor teaser has officially leaked online. It's in French, but we're going to be talking about it, and we're going to be translating what Thor is saying in the teaser to English. And then on top of that, the length of the Thor teaser, as well as the length of next week's teaser, and as well as some things that might be featured in next week's teaser, have officially leaked online. Keep in mind, the teaser for next week might be centered around Dr. Doom. Kevin Feige has hired an army at this point. Okay, he's probably hired like the real kingpin to go after the people who are leaking this stuff. Hit that thumbs up button if you're excited for Avengers Doomsday. And real quick, before we get into this, I need to take you guys to today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Asus Canada. I need to talk to you guys about a sale going on right now for the ROG Xbox Ally. I have talked about this here on the channel before. This is absolutely the best thing to take with you if you want to play some games on the go. It is awesome that pretty much any game that I want, I can take with me. So whether I'm traveling on a plane or whether I'm just not at my home setup, I can play any of the games that I want. And right now, there is a sale going on where you can get $100 off on the ROG Xbox Ally. That is some really, really good value. I could not recommend you get your hands on this enough. If you're into handheld gaming, if you were looking for a device that you can take with you on the go, the ROG Xbox Ally is absolutely what you're looking for. So do yourselves a favor, head to that link in the description box below, get your hands on your very own ROG Xbox Ally. Once again, this sale is $100 off, and that sale is going across North America. So it's $100 off in the US as well as $100 off here in Canada. Thank you very much to Asus Canada for sponsoring today's video. And with that said, let's get back to the content. Okay, so like I said, the first teaser trailer that we have for Avengers Doomsday is about Captain America, Steve Rogers, Captain America in specific. He's putting away the Captain America suit. He has a son. Since that teaser had come out, we did get a leak about what everyone is presuming is the Thor-centric teaser trailer for Avengers Doomsday. You guys, I recorded this whole video, and then literally the moment I stopped recording and I'm cutting this up and sending it to my editor, another leak pops up. This time we actually have the leaked teaser for Avengers Doomsday with Thor. Now, we don't have it, like I'm not going to show, obviously, for you guys the video here in today's video, but this will be the teaser that will be in theaters this upcoming week if you go to see Avatar Fire and Ash. And it's a pretty simple teaser, honestly. It involves Thor saying a prayer. We don't know exactly what he's saying. The teaser currently is in French. I will go over the translation in a bit. And then there are some shots of him kind of like in a cabin. It looks like he's like in some remote area in the world, and Love is sleeping in bed. He's just kind of sitting there talking to Love, his adopted daughter, from the events of Thor, Love and Thunder. And then the teaser sort of ends with him in the woods, leaning up against Stormbreaker, praying to the Allfather and looking up, and he looks like he's sad, he's upset. Something has hurt this man. And here is a translation that was provided from the Daily Smash over on Twitter. Now, this isn't going to be 100% accurate, obviously. We can only, sort of piece together what's being said here. We won't know what the exact one-to-one quote is in English until the trailer is out in theaters in America this week. But apparently it says, "Father, all my life I have answered the calls of honor, duty, and battle. But fate has given me something I never hoped for, a child, a life preserved in the storm. Grant me the strength of the fathers of all things so that I may fight once more, defeat a new enemy, and return to them, not as a warrior, but as a protector. May they know not war, but peace. The peace I have never known." And it ends with him saying, and this is the moment when he's leaning up against Stormbreaker and looking up into the sky. He goes, "I beg you, Father, hear my prayer." Oh my God, Thor being written well again. Hell yes, you love to see that. I mean, this is what I have been waiting for. I did not love what they did with the character in Thor, Love and Thunder. I do find it interesting, though, that the Russos are very much playing into the events of that movie, though. And now, he has this child. He has an adopted child in Love, and that's all that matters to him. He doesn't want to be this warrior anymore. He doesn't want to be Thor, God of Thunder. He just wants to be a father. And now, he knows that there is a new threat, that Dr. Doom is on the way, and he needs to stop this guy. He needs to stop this guy from taking everything that matters most to him. Hell yes. Thor looking like he's being written well again. I love what the Russos did with Thor in Avengers Infinity War, and I really hope we're going back to some version of that in Avengers Doomsday. I should mention that this teaser, at least the audio from this teaser in English, did leak a little while back, and it looks like that leak was accurate as well. The quote that people were able to pick up in the English version said, "Of all the crowns, the kingdoms, the pride, I ask for none. Father, hear your son. I am not worthy of life, but I still beg you to let the thread lengthen. Not for thunder, not for war. Let me remain long enough to see my love once more." It sort of lines up with what the now translated quote that we got from the French released or the French leaked teaser for Thor was. So I do think everything is sort of looking like it's about love here in this instance, and he's praying to Odin. This one in particular looks like it's going to clock in at about 1 minute and 39 seconds. And I should also mention, with that quote of Thor, like praying to the Allfather, saying like, let me live long enough to see love once again. Coupling that with the fact that Steve Rogers now has a kid. Franklin Richards is going to play an important role in this movie, obviously. There's all these sons and daughters that are really key to some of these main characters that are going to be in Avengers Doomsday. I wonder if that's maybe like the general theme of the movie, like fathers and sons and daughters, whatever it might be, but also like, could there be something going on with the power that these kids have? Franklin, obviously from the comic books, is one of the most powerful characters in all of Marvel. Love is like directly related to eternity. So like there's so much there. I really wonder if there is like a purposeful inclusion of all these characters, or at least the mentioning of them in relation to what Doctor Doom's plans are. There is another teaser trailer that's going to be dropping sometime next week. The Thor trailer, it looks like, will be the one that's going to be in theaters this upcoming week if you go to see Avatar Fire and Ash, but there is another one that will be dropping next week. This is the one that has been heavily rumored and speculated to be centered around Doctor Doom. But that teaser, according to what we're hearing now online, is going to be clocking in at about 1 minute and 9 seconds. Of all the 3 teasers so far, this would be the shortest one. And I think that makes the most sense, honestly. If this is going to be one that is centered around Doctor Doom, it's just going to be focusing on that character, they probably want to show as little of Doom as possible. But not only that, according to the listing, the 3rd trailer for Avengers Doomsday is going to feature scary moments, quote unquote. I mean, that could be cool. Maybe that means that they're going to have him unmasked at some point. You might see a bit of a disfigured or scarred face of some kind, or maybe they just in general want to go for some more horror or like gothic type visuals for the character, which would be awesome. But yes, a Captain America Steve Rogers centric trailer is the one that's in theaters right now. A Thor teaser trailer is going to be coming out sometime this week, and according to the rumors, we're going to be getting one for Doctor Doom next week. The Thor teaser clocking in at 1 minute and 39 seconds, and then as well a Doctor Doom teaser. It's going to be really short at 1 minute and 9 seconds. Sometime next week. Who knows what we're going to see in that one. I was kind of hoping they would release the Steve Rogers teaser officially online so that we can kind of react to it and break down some little things from it that we might not have been able to see from all the leaked stuff online, or at least what you might not be able to catch from watching it in theaters, but they haven't done so just yet. So fingers crossed they release them officially online in some capacity so then we can continue to talk about it. And if they do so, I will absolutely be on top of it. I will continue to make videos about all of this stuff. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got those notifications on. And with that being said, let me now kick it to you guys. Sound off your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about all this information here in today's video? Out of all these teasers that we know about so far, which one are you most excited about? And I think what's most interesting is we have no idea what the 4th teaser is even going to include. Maybe it could be about the X-Men. That would be awesome. But all right, sound off your thoughts in the comments. I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.